team, gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
I would now invite Mr. Abdul Razzaq Dawood, Chairman, Descon Engineering, to share his concluding remarks for the session. Sir.
I think you'll all agree with me that we've had two very interesting talks, particularly the second one. The first one talks about looking at ourselves from the outside and how we should be regulated. The second one talks about how we should be doing our regulation from the inside and how we should be looking outward. Khalid Mirza's talk was talking about the competition, the regulations, talking about antitrust. One thing is clear in the last 2 years is wherever businessmen are, in Pakistan or anywhere else in the world, what we saw on Wall Street in the last 2 years, we have to say to ourselves that there is a need for regulation. We cannot allow the old laissez-faire to work. Even in this day and age, even with all the regulators in place in the United States, they caused a problem, and we are all around the world facing it. However, coming to Pakistan, again, there is no doubt that we need regulation. We talk a lot about politicians. When we look at them, we talk about governance. We talk about working on certain principles. Do we apply them when it comes to ourselves, we as businessmen? Yes, there is collusion goes on, etc., etc. So there is a need for it. My only thing that I would say, had Khalid Mirza been here, unfortunately he had to go, and that is that in a developing country, you will get skewed development. It's the nature of the process. So we have to modify some of the regulations that come in. He did use the word that the Competition Commission has brought out the laws, and he used the word state of the art. Now, state of the art in the West and the state of the art here are different. So there needs some modifications. It doesn't always apply because the body of people already involved in a particular business is far greater. You have a far wider span, and we don't have that same degree. So we do need some modification. However, to say that we do not need policing, it's wrong. We do need it. There's no doubt about it. I myself was very concerned, and I'm sure some of you are, what we read in the papers the other day, that any violation of the competition law would enable the chairman and the CEO to 10 years of imprisonment with no appeal to the High Court. I asked Khalid Mirza about it, whether it was his suggestion. To be fair to him, he vouched that it is not It is not his suggestion. It has come in, and it was not from his commission. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and we hope that when the commission finally gets to its become the final act, there will be some sensibility to it. Our second speaker, Mr. Irfan Mustafa, what I really liked about his talk was that he put the mirror right in front of us, fairly, bluntly, frankly. He said to us, these are what we see that are wrong with Pakistanis. And I think a lot of it has a lot of truth in it. I hear many times amongst us Pakistanis that globalization is an American conspiracy or a Jewish conspiracy or some other guy's conspiracy. It's a process. It's here to stay. It's not going to go away. We have to be able to live with it. One of the real reasons why I feel, and Irfan has made it very clear in his talk, is we find ourselves maybe not up to that kind of competition that globalization requires. And hence, rather than look inwards, as he's saying, that we've got to get ourselves up, we criticize what has happened, whereas we should be turning around and looking at us. He talks about companies being people as a citizen, and now it's a global citizen. How can Pakistanis fit into that? My own experience as managing a company which has 20 nationalities in it, and I can say yes, we Pakistanis do have problems. We have to learn to be able to live with this. And the only thing one can say is, as a company grows, those 20 nationalities will not go down to 18, but will go down to 30, 40, 50. And we Pakistanis have to learn to live with it. The real thing of Irfan's theme was, we've got to learn to be global players. And I do feel that what he said is absolutely correct. Pakistani institutions must go out and play on the international stage, starting with the region and then moving on to globally. Other thing he said is Pakistanis do not have a long-term vision. I fully agree with you. We all have a short-term vision. And fellow businessmen, long-term vision cannot be a summation of short-term. That's the essence of what he's saying. He used a line which is very, very apt. He said, we Pakistanis are time tellers and not clock builders. A time teller stands up and tells his time very frequently and talks about his achievements. A clock builder silently, quietly, persistently is always repairing and aligning his creation. There's a big difference.